All right, some people thought the NBA was bluffing about, route draft day trades and pre-draft trades. Apparently, it's popping off. I'm going to talk at the end about the Kristaps Porzingis to Celtics 3-team trade first. But we just got Chris Paul getting traded to the Golden State Warriors, and then Golden State sending Jordan Poole, I think, a first-round pick and a second-round pick to Washington, and they receiving Chris Paul. In return, was I think half of Chris Paul's salary is guaranteed now, and a lot of people say, "Well, Chris Paul, don't understand that." I mean, I got a couple thoughts on that in general, so I'm gonna unpack and I'll get to Kristaps Porzingis trade. There's rumors right now that Paul George and the Clippers are in talks with the Knicks about sending Paul George to the Knicks. 33 years old, coming off of kind of another semi-major injury. We'll see. But yeah, man, the whole pick, I think the first round pick is in 2030 or some stuff. Who cares? Probably be a late first round pick if it's this year, but I think it's like 2030. Yeah, 2030, and then the 2027 second round pick going over to Washington with Jordan Poole. Some people go ahead and say it would seem like Steve Kerr and the Warriors and Mike Dunleavy Jr., who took over for Bob Myers, is blaming, Jordan Poole for the incident. I mean, he should have been traded on, spending $500K on Ice Spice if that was true. And, then again, probably can't pull up on her at random regardless. Ain't no woman flat out worth you spending $500K on, especially if she from the Bronx, New York. No offense to the Bronx. But I'll let you know, man, like, in the beauty is in the eye of the beholder for sure. But I mean, I just let you know that they pretty much plan on keeping Draymond, and that they moved on from Jordan Poole after paying him. I don't know if it was. I guess they're gonna keep the Warriors core intact, and they're gonna ride it out with the core, which they should. I mean, the Bulls broke the core up before they had an opportunity to get beat. No telling how long their story would have went till they got beat. And I think it would have made the story end a lot better if somebody finally dethroned them. Not, just in general. I mean, they were getting old, but Michael still wanted to play. They wanted to disband and rebuild while he's still winning championships. Didn't make no sense. And Golden State don't seem to be going to make that mistake. So don't be surprised if you don't see some other, with the luxury tax coming. Don't be surprised they dump Wiseman, they dump Poole. Don't be surprised if Kuminga and Moses Moody is not far behind, and they just gonna roll out with their veterans. Eventually they gonna regret it, because it's Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman. With my Detroit Pistons, check out my Detroit channel, Motor City Sports Talk. Everything around Detroit and Michigan State football, basketball, and everything else around Detroit. But don't be surprised if they don't regret that. Steve Kerr couldn't, and their job as a coach is to implement talent and develop talent while having, veteran talent, and they gonna if those players turn out to be damn good and they move on from them, they're going to regret that. To me, it wasn't no way they couldn't find a way to get Wiseman on that floor, just in my opinion. But I know he had some injuries, whatever. But the boy talented, you could tell right away from Detroit. In Detroit, you could tell. But Chris Paul also could be Draymond insurance. And people say, what you mean? Like, if Draymond leave, then guess what? They got somebody that could facilitate if they can't re-sign Draymond Green. So Chris Paul serves a purpose. You probably gonna have Clay. You probably gonna have Clay move to the 2. You probably gonna have move to the 3. I mean, you might have Chris Paul come off the bench too, dude. So I don't know, man. So not maybe they start Kuminga. I don't know. I forgot they got Wiggins. So Chris Paul probably come off the bench, to be honest. But down the stretch, you might see a lineup with all them guys in the lineup together. So Chris Paul, get him a good facilitator off the bench, get him some fresh legs off the bench every now and again. But I think he a little bit of Draymond insurance. But I'm planning they gonna bring back Draymond, and Chris Paul gonna play his role. He gonna facilitate. They really gonna need him down the playoff stretch, and hopefully he can remain healthy. So, and for the Wizards, you get Jordan Poole, you get the rebuild. Jordan Poole wanted to be the guy so bad, melted down in the playoffs, lost confidence, and now he get to experience what it's like to be the guy on a losing team, and he's not gonna be happy after a while. After he get his stats and You might get an all-star vote or two, might make a team or two, and he see losing ain't fun, and the privileges that he had in Golden State for winning, he not going to enjoy that. And all these dudes want to, they want their own team, they want their own team, they want their own team until they get their own team and see how hard it is to carry them, and you're not winning, and you're not getting the ice spices on your jock. You don't have a Steph Curry to lean on or nothing like that. So I like to trade for, Washington. You got some picks out of it. You got Jordan Poole. Ain't like you can't move Jordan Poole again if you don't want to. Somebody will want him, but Jordan Poole get what he want. And they also got Tyus Jones, which a lot of people feel could be a starting caliber point guard in this league via the 3-team trade with Kristaps Porzingis. So Porzingis is headed to Boston. Marcus Smart is headed to Memphis. And Tyus Jones is, I believe, headed to Washington along with a couple other people. Yeah, along with Mike Muscala, Danilo Gallinari, who I think blew his leg out last year, all going to Washington. So Mike Muscala, Danilo Gallinari, Tyus Jones. Also, Boston got the 25th pick this year in the trade. And I believe they got a 2024 first rounder, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it looked like Boston kind of got over, in my opinion. Boston kind of got over in this deal. You get Porzingis, who I think had to opt into his player options. You get Porzingis, great rim defender, athletic enough to do some things on the perimeter. Still got Robert Williams. Porzingis could shoot it. Very talented. Like to see him rebound a little bit more. I wanted Porzingis to go to my Pistons. I think he was a fit, but it's a great move by Boston. But they also do, I believe, I thought they lost Malcolm Brogdon. So yeah, they didn't lose Malcolm Brogdon either. So apparently he got a significant injury that's going to prevent any trade. So maybe he was originally in a trade they was going to keep Marcus Smart, but no more seeing Marcus Smart make boneheaded turnovers that hurt the Celtics. No more seeing Marcus Smart end up with the basketball with the last shot on the line, which he ain't a bad last shot taker, but damn, you rather see it in Tatum or Brown hand. But love the trade for Boston. I mean, Washington is in full rebuild. They don't get support from the DC fan base anyway down there, so it don't freaking matter. Don't be surprised if Denny and Davidovich don't get traded. Don't be surprised if a couple of other pieces, somebody don't swoop down. Kyle Kuzma probably done. Whatever else they got down there. I think they got a few other pieces down there, and they don't get get a whole bunch of picks and start from scratch. So I think they got a new GM down there not so long. Memphis, you got Marcus Smart, good defensive minded guy, getting a little bit more shooting. You probably moving on from Dylan Brooks. So you upgrade the shooting. You still got a good defender. You got somebody who got some experience, some maturity, who been through some trials and tribulations throughout his basketball career. Remember Oklahoma State when somebody, said the N-word to him. So yeah, man, I like the deal. I love the deal for Boston. Love the deal for Memphis. Boston getting the 25th pick in the draft and all that stuff. So Boston going to have an opportunity to add some more ammo. So love the trade for all three, especially Memphis and Boston. Washington rebuilding. Shout out to Chris Paul. Head out to the Bay Area. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.